With You, the cover, and I blame Zill for this one. I blame Zill for this one.
It's all your fault, Zill.
I blame Zill 100%. Because he threw a curveball at me. Because like I said, once we decided that this was going to be an actual album, I said, man, we should do a cover. We should do a cover. But I'm thinking some old school. But my brain wasn't. I couldn't think of any songs that because it just seemed like such an obvious thing. So I'm like, well, what could we cover? That type of thing. And Zill was the one. He came in and said, man, you a Devin Morrison fan, so this would be a way to get his attention.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, snap. So when he said, yeah, the joint with him and Joyce Rice, I played, the song started playing in my head. I said, oh, yeah, that's right. But we ain't going to do it like that, though. I said, I always thought the song was good. I said, but when sometimes the lyrics are important, but they get lost in the music.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if we slow this joint down, then they can really see how much of a love song this song is. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna slow it down. That's actually maybe the top favorite of mine on this album is that, because the work it took for me to and for it to come out the way it came out, I was like, oh
yeah,
this is fire.
I mean, I didn't do much on that one but sing, but that was even a struggle because I had practiced a little bit the day before at Tweeze's mom's house, because we were in North Carolina.
Wow. Yeah.
And that was really the first time I gave it a whirl. But I still hadn't heard the beat that you had made for it. I was just singing along with the YouTube video or whatever in his brother's bedroom while everyone else was downstairs, making sure I knew the lyrics and at least, knew what I was going to do or how I was going to make it my own. But it was like a complete 180 when I got to your place the next day, and I was like, oh yeah, this is different. So it took a few takes, I'm not gonna lie. I don't purport to be perfect one take Nancy or whatever.
Well, the crazy thing about that was when I recorded my vocals, I realized even though as simplistic as it sounds, his vocals on there is it's a tedious thing that he's doing. The runs and the certain way he's hitting notes. So it took me a while to record my part.
Yeah, it's not an easy song to sing either side. So again, thanks, Zill.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it has some strange notes in it too. It's not like, it's like unexpected notes, and I like that. I try to do that from time to time too, where you can almost, as a listener, anticipate what that next chord's going to be or what that next note in the melody is going to be. But with that one, he definitely, I don't know if he wrote it, but I think throws you for a couple of curveballs throughout that song.
Sure. Yeah, Devin is a genius. And those jazz and gospel chords that he do, I absolutely love it. Like what he's doing.
My favorite part is that one part where it goes, ha. It's almost like
a like you could tell he's a big, Take Six and fan doing stuff like that, because that's where that comes from. It's like, man,
right.
Gospel and jazz influences is very reminiscent. I'm a big fan of that dude, because I ain't heard R&B like that in a long time. So for him to come in, it actually opened the lane for me. So I'm happy that it was between him and the Roney Boys that was part of the reason that I got a little bit more confident in what I was doing. And then when you and Tweez kept coming back into my life, I said, oh, okay, all right, maybe I should be doing this.
We're just the gift that keeps on giving, Katie.
Exactly. Exactly. 100%. Oh my God.
I honestly I never worried about like what lane I was in, you know, like people were like, oh, stay in your lane. I'm like, I make my own lane, you know, like, so I didn't care what other people were doing in the past, you know, I don't know, what, 15 years I've been working on music. Cause I was in it and then out of it for several years. And so this has been the longest run, I would say. Cause, you know, I would get frustrated with like record labels and deals and all that kind of stuff. And I would just like push it to the side. And I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to be a computer nerd the rest of my life. Like, I'm not even going to worry about this stuff anymore. But it's funny. It's the same kind of thing happened with me. I was introduced to somebody who was the guy that recorded me prior to meeting you, and actually did all my mixing and stuff. And it was like the switch turned back on. So, yeah.
Good times, man. Them angels, man.
Yeah. Shout out to September's first, aka No Name Tim, aka my Zen master. I always called him. So.
Classic, boy. Good job.